You can see there's a lot of projectors behind me, there's a lot of projectors in front. The evening will be culminating with Kino Bingo, which is where these beasts will be used. So hopefully you'll all be prepared to play the Kino Bingo later. We've got Screen Bandita, who are working with these Super 8 projectors in front and the slide projectors with these live musicians. They've come all the way down from Edinburgh for this event that was commissioned by the Berwick upon Tweed Film Festival. So thanks to Screen Bandita and to Berwick for that. And we're going to start off with Suitcase Cinema presenting a short film on 16mm, which I'm going to now pass the mic over to filmmaker Edwin Mingard, who's going to introduce the film and tell you a bit about it. So, Edwin, take it away.
Hey, I'll keep it brief because we want to watch the films. So yeah, it's a real honour actually to be asked to introduce this film. I first, if you don't know her, came across Helen Hill a few years ago when I asked a friend who was an experimental filmmaker how she got this really amazing effect in a film of hers, and she handed me a copy of this, which is a book called Recipes for Disaster. If you don't know it, you can get it for free on the internet, or Helen used to just post them out to people for $5. So basically, Helen Hill, this amazing North American filmmaker, travelled across North America, just asking experimental filmmakers how they got effects that were in their films, how they did particular things, and then asking them if they would explain that again really slowly into a microphone, or if they would write it down for her. And she produced this really amazing book, which is about as close as experimental film gets to some kind of production Bible. And it just takes you through hundreds of different techniques from, you know, all of my sort of experimental film heroes. She's not really known in Europe for her actual work, but she's really well known in the States for that. Her films are held in the Harvard Film Archive and the Congressional Film Archive. She's shown in sort of every major American Experimental Film Festival. This is her last film, and anyone who's read the program notes will know that she didn't survive the making of it. Her partner, really amazing guy who was a doctor called Paul Galunas, learned how to make film so that he could finish her final film. And this is it. It was finished just last year. It's, in many ways, it's kind of a sad story, but it's also a really inspirational story. It's a story about what a filmmaker can do and what film can do in communities. A lot of this film was made in New Orleans during the Katrina destruction, and things like that. So I think when I watch this film, I walk away sort of feeling really inspired about actually making films, and I really hope that you do as well. I think if there's one thing to do at the end of this film, or maybe, I don't know, hold up till tomorrow morning, it's to just pick up a Super 8 camera and get together with a load of friends and sort of run off to make a film somewhere. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and thank you.
Hello, welcome back to the 10th London Short Film Festival and this Night of Celluloid. I'm now going to pass over to Lydia and Leonara from Screen Bandita, who are going to introduce the next section and explain to you a bit about what's going on with these Super 8 projectors, these slide projectors and these musicians. So,
good evening everyone, and thank you very much for coming. We've travelled down from Scotland with the band, the One Ensemble. And we're delighted, Lydia and I, to be back for a second year to the London Short Film Festival. We were here last year. So, yes, delighted to be back again. Just to say a few words about the piece this evening. We were commissioned by the Berwick Film and Media Arts Festival to create a piece with found film and slide on the theme of road trip. So we went through our collection of Super 8 films and our collection of slides that we found in junk shops and skips and car boot sales, and we've created a new journey from other people's journeys and memories. So the trip will take you to many places, spanning many eras, and we have programmed the slides to fit with the films, and we have worked with the One Ensemble, and they're going to be playing live, wonderful piece of music, two pieces of music, to go along with this visual journey. I think we're just going to say a little bit about the structure of the evening.
The piece is structured in two halves, so the first half is 20 minutes long, then we'll have a 10-minute break. And if we could ask you to be back at your seats promptly, that would be very helpful. The second half is 30 minutes long, and we're going to be projecting simultaneously from two Super 8 projectors and slide projectors, so keep an eye out because we very much sort of see the visuals in terms of couplets, so look out for things that are reflected in the slides that you also see in the films. We hope you'll enjoy this kind of patchwork journey that we've imagined into being. It's been an exciting journey for us working with the One Ensemble who created some new music to go along with the visuals. We hope you'll enjoy the road trip, which will take you across land and sea. We'll be stopping and starting, looking at the landscape and taking in some interesting sights. There are some interesting people along the way too. We've got some special little handouts that we made as well, with a little bit more information about the collaboration and Screen Bandita and our activities. So those have been handed around a little bit, but there'll be some more on the merch table over there if you want to pick one up. We've got some tote bags and some badges for sale, and the One Ensemble have some vinyl as well, so just come and have a chat to us afterwards at the merch table if you'd like to buy anything or sign up to the mailing list. So I think we're about ready to start. We hope you'll enjoy the road trip in the Super 8 and Sound, and thank you to London Short Film Festival for having us, and thank you for coming.
thank you to Screen Bandita and the One Ensemble. We're going to take a few minutes break to get Kino Bingo set up here. I think bingo cards will be handed out. So if you want to grab a drink, we'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. Thanks a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're just about to start with Projected Bingo, and I'm going to explain the rules shortly. But just to kind of put you in the mood, we're going to start out with a few ads from our local sponsors. Okay, we're going to do some Projected Bingo now, but first I better explain the rules, just so you know what the heck is going on. This is a light entertainment party evening. Anyhow, we got 4, count them, 4 projectors. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. Right, lovely. And they were all lined up earlier in this evening, but anyhow, we may have to do a little bit of alignment here, so if you can just bear with me, I'm gonna line them up. Yeah, I think that's close enough. That was my new experimental film called Quattro Experimento. I hope you liked it. Okay, yeah, thank you. Just I managed to squeak another film into the short film festival here without Philip knowing. Right, at the moment now, we're going to hand out some bingo cards, and our assistants will, while I lace up here. There's cards with some cryptic clues and some pencils, so if you just help yourself while I thread up here, and give you a little bit of background music if I can get this thing to work. Oh man, I gotta do everything back here. Sorry, I just managed to have a little meltdown here, but I think we're all ready to go for who's ready to play Projected Bingo. Yeah, that's what I like to hear, a bit of enthusiasm. Hope we won't blow any fuses like we did in rehearsal. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Just check I get my sound running back here. I just have to go to plan B here. Hold on a second. Okay, eyes down. Turn the video, turn the... Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. And if anybody gets Projected Bingo, wave your arms about and shout Projected Bingo. And no diagonals, please. Just a line up and a line down. We don't believe in diagonals there. Somebody said bingo. Thank God for that. Check. Check, please. We have to check very carefully. Check the card. How are we doing? Fantastic.